What is cloud computing? Guys, does anyone knows what is cloud computing and why? Okay. So what is cloud computing? So till now, what we discussed, where we deployed our servers. So till now, we discussed about the data center only, right?
Yeah.
So we deployed the servers in the data center only. Something like the physical servers and our virtual servers. Yeah, data center provides something like a cloud computing. Why cloud computing? So data center is there, right? Why cloud computing? Why the cloud computing is popular? Why everyone is moving? So why everyone is moving from data center environment to cloud environment? Cloud environment. Yeah, guys. So this is the physical servers and virtual servers. Virtual servers. So what is virtualization? Guys, you already know that the virtualization. What is a virtualization? Shirisha, what is virtualization? Do you know? Shirisha there?
Yeah.
So virtualization is nothing but a sorry. Hello? Yeah, who is talking? Satisha or Shirisha? Okay, no worries. So virtualization is nothing but a create a multiple so VMs. So VMs is nothing but a virtual computers. Virtual computers. The second one, so the what is the second point? So something like required on software. Something like which software we need. We need a so we need a hypervisor. So we need a hypervisor. Something like a OVM or VMware. Yeah. So what you can install? You can install on any OS. For example, CentOS or Red Hat, Windows. So we can install any OS. Something like a mission image, OS software. We need ISO, right? We need a ISO for installing the softwares. Yeah. So this is nothing but a virtualization, right? But why they are moving from data center to cloud environment, guys? So data center provides a, which they are providing. They are providing the service called as a IaaS, right? What is IaaS? Infrastructure as a service. So what is infrastructure? The data center provides only the infrastructure as a service. What they are providing? They are providing the hardware. So hardware, network, CPU, RAM, storage. That servers will be hardware will be providing. So right. So the infrastructure as a service. They are providing data center provides the infrastructure as a service. Right. Yeah. So what is the slogan of the? What is the a slogan of the cloud computing? What is the slogan, guys? Does anyone knows? I think Magna knows. Magna, do you know? Pay as you go or pay per use. Pay as you go or a pay per use model. Pay as you go or a pay per use. So whenever you use the servers, right, that time only we can pay the money. That time only we can pay the money. So something like they are also providing the, yeah. So what is that? So infrastructure as a service. Here also they are also providing the infrastructure as a service. So most of the cases they are providing the virtualization. Here also virtualization concept. If you want a server, so we can build the VM or virtual servers, right? So the advantage is pay as you go. What is pay as you go? So whenever you use the server, that time only we can pay the money. Whenever you use the server, that time only we can pay the money. For example, here. So something like our environment, real-time environment, non-production. Non-production is nothing but a dev, QA integration, pre-prod, UAT, SAT environments, right? The development team and QA team will work on how many hours daily? 8 hours only. But whenever you keep the servers in the data center, so we will pay the money without using also. So we are not using 24/7, but we are paying the money. We are paying the money. So a big innovative thought comes into the picture, and cloud came into the picture. So it reduces the cost for cost 90% of the cost it reduces from data center to cloud because of, so a developer comes at so daily comes at 9:30. Whenever he comes, right, then they will start the server, and whenever he leaves, so they stop the servers. So the time, the pay per use, whenever use that server, right, at that time only we can pay the money, right? So we can pay the money. The storage also, everything means everything will be pay as you go model only. Everything will be pay as you go model. This is the one of the advantage. So this is the one of the advantage. And apart from this IAS, what they are providing, they are providing IAS, so infra as a service. So infra as a service and the pass platform as a service and SaaS. What is that? SaaS, software as a service. So apart from IaaS, cloud provides the PaaS and SaaS also. So what is PaaS and SaaS? I will tell you guys. So these all are nothing but cloud services. What these are? These all are cloud services. So cloud services. So who are the cloud providers? Who are providing the cloud, guys? Yeah. How cloud came into the picture? Something like so if you're having any issue, so we can connect to the we can go to the data center, and we need to resolve the issues, right? So we need to resolve the issues. The same like as a, so Amazon, initially Amazon company have a thought something like a, so we need to provide a application for the infrastructure also. We need to provide a application for the a website or a API for the infrastructure also. So then, so the cloud came into the picture. So this is the console, something like they are also created the console, predefined console, and attach it to the data center only. Attach it to the data center only. So this is nothing but a console or REST API. What is this? So console or a REST API. So this is a website. This is a website deployed in the Amazon Web Services. So and this API, this console is directly connected to the link to the data center only. Whenever a virtual machine need, right? If you click the virtual machine, so it will comes to the data center and connect to the and give it to the and create the it's a predefined environment. So here in the data center, this is not a predefined environment, but the every cloud provider having their own data centers, and those all are the predefined environments, already defined environment. So here once you click the, for example, you want to launch a virtual machine, just to launch instance, it will automatically launch the instance. So because of it's already a predefined environment. So what are the cloud providers, guys? Does anyone knows? So what are the cloud providers? So who are providing the cloud? Guys, who are providing the cloud? AWS. So Amazon company. So Amazon, INC company provided the AWS and
Right.
Azure, Microsoft and GCP, Google Public Cloud. So who is Google company and IBM Cloud, IBM company and OCI, Oracle, right? And Alibaba. So this is from China cloud providers, guys. So we have more. So these are the few of the cloud providers. So what are the cloud providers, guys? Guys, speak out, guys. So who are the cloud providers?
Amazon,
So
Microsoft,
yes.
GCP, Oracle, Alibaba.
Mm. So AWS, Azure, GCP, IBM, OCI, Alibaba, these all are the cloud providers. So these cloud providers are providing the cloud services. So what are the cloud services? The cloud services is IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. I will tell you guys. IaaS, SaaS, PaaS. Now you understood the what is IaaS, right? I will tell you the PaaS and SaaS also. So on the cloud deployment models. So what are the cloud deployment models, guys? Cloud deployment models are cloud deployment models. So what are the cloud deployment models? The cloud deployment models are public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid hybrid cloud. So these are the core features, guys. The cloud services. If you took AWS, the cloud services are same. Azure cloud services are same. GCP cloud services are same. IBM, Oracle, Alibaba, every cloud provider, the cloud services are same. Okay. And cloud deployment models. Cloud deployment models also same for every cloud provider. So cloud deployment models also same for every cloud providers. Guys, now you understood? So cloud deployment models, cloud services, and cloud providers. And cloud providers. You also know why it is popular because of yeah, so paper use or pay as you go. And they are providing the PaaS, SaaS, apart from IaaS, they are providing the PaaS and SaaS also. So what is a PaaS and what is a SaaS, guys? I will tell you. Okay. So now you understood so something like initially, there is no app, there is no application, or there is no website for the banking purpose, right? Banking, insurance, and hospitals. So everything. So nowadays, they are creating their own website for every every industry, something like every industry. Like the same way, so Amazon company also think and created their own called it as a Amazon Web Services. Amazon Web Services. So this web services, so we can interact these web services over the internet. Over the internet. Guys, understood, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So cloud computing. So now you understood the cloud computing. So what is that? Cloud computing is a paper use model and on demand. On-demand computing, on-demand computing resource allocation, right? So why cloud computing? No maintenance, right? No maintain. Who will maintain? The cloud provider will maintain. Less cost, right? Less cost, fast service, fast service. So what is the use? What is the use of cloud computing? What is the use? To run apps, to run applications, and to store the to store our data. Okay, to store our data. So you already know, right? You already know the deployment models. So what are the deployment modes? So one is public cloud, private cloud. The second one is hybrid cloud. Right? These are the deployment models. I will tell you guys now this. So what are the cloud services? So cloud services are infra as a infrastructure as a infrastructure as a service. What is that? IaaS, infrastructure as a service. So what they are providing in the infrastructure as a service? Hardware, right? Hardware. So what are the hardware? Hardware is nothing but a networks, CPU, RAM, CPU, RAM, and the storage, right? So storage. So what is a platform as a service? So what is a platform as a service? So platform as a service, platform as a service. So platform as a service, something like here I will tell you. Yeah. So what they are providing? They are providing the infra. For example, I am a developer. Who is? I am a developer. I have a thought and I developed the code. I want to deploy this code into the server. So where we need to deploy our code? Definitely we need to deploy our code in the either virtual server or a physical server, right? So I'm a developer. I don't know how to deploy this code. Who is? I'm a developer. I develop the code. This is the code. I want to deploy this code. For example, this code is nothing but a fd.var chart. So I want to deploy this code. So I'm a developer. I don't know how to deploy this code, right? So what we need if you want to deploy this code, what we need, guys? So we need a server, right? So we need a server with OS because so with OS. So who will provide this facility? This facility will provide the I IaaS. What they are providing? They are providing the infrastructure. Yeah, we have an infrastructure. Okay. So on that infrastructure, we need to install the OS, Linux OS. We install a Linux OS, any Linux OS. And so if you want to deploy a .var or .jar, so this is the developed by the Java. So what web server we need? Tomcat web server we need. So which libraries? Libraries is nothing but a softwares. What are the softwares we need? The softwares we need Tomcat and so Java and Tomcat. So who will install these softwares? Operational engineers, right? So if you the developer wants to deploy this code, we need an operational engineer, right? I don't want an operation engineer. I don't want an operation engineer for the. I want to just verify this. This is the startup, and I have a thought. I don't know exactly if it is works or not. So I want to deploy it and test it. So where he can provides the So in the PaaS, so PaaS, what we will provide? Yeah. So what we will provide? So we will provide the libraries also. So this is nothing but a IaaS up to infra IaaS. So Linux, Java, Tomcat. So this is nothing but a PaaS. So what is PaaS? If you took as a PaaS service, they will provide the infra and they will provide the libraries also. So they will provide the libraries also. Then you can deploy easily. Okay. So this is nothing but a PaaS and SaaS. What is SaaS? So I don't have a developer. Something like a client comes into the picture. A client is came and he wants a website and he gave the instructions what are the website we want. For example, ERM softwares or something like any software they want. So what they will provide? They will provide infra, they will provide PaaS, platform as a service, and they will provide the SaaS. SaaS is nothing but a software as a service. This website development also taken care by the cloud, taken care by the cloud. Now you understood? So PaaS and SaaS. For example, our Gmail services. So Gmail services is a SaaS service. Everything will be created by Google, and we are just using it. We are just using it. Right? Now you understood? So infra IaaS is nothing but up to infra they will provide, and they will manage the if any issues on the IaaS, so they will resolve it. If you took as a PaaS, so they will provide the infra as well as PaaS also. So they will maintain up to PaaS. If there are any issues, they will take care of it. So if you took as a SaaS, they will provide the IaaS, they will provide the PaaS, and they will provide the SaaS also. If there are any issues with the issues in the IAS, they will take care of. PaaS, they will take care of. SaaS, they will take care of. Have you understood, guys?
Yeah.
Yes, right? Very good. So now we understood the difference between IAS, PaaS, and the SaaS. Okay. So what is that? In the SaaS law, what they are providing? They are providing the ready to use the software also. Ready to use software. Okay. Yes, very good, guys. So now we understood the what is cloud. So what is cloud computing? Why cloud computing? What is the user? So now you understood, right? Yeah. So I will tell you this one. What is AWS? So before that, we will tell you what is cloud computing, right? Yeah. So introduction to cloud computing. Introduction to cloud computing. What is cloud computing? Why we go for cloud computing? History and origins of cloud computing. Characteristics of the cloud computing. Types of cloud services. Cloud implementation type. Conclusion. So okay. So we will discuss here about the public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud also. Okay. Yeah, what is cloud computing? Why we go for cloud computing? History and origins of the cloud computing. So what is a cloud service? Then what is a cloud computing? So cloud service, services and solutions. So services and solutions. So for example, here, so if you want a virtual machine, so in the data center, manually we need to buy the physical server, then we need to install the virtualization hypervisor, then we can deploy our OS. Right? We can build the or we can provision the OS here. So manually, right? So here, if you want a virtual machine, if you want a virtual machine, it's already predefined environment. It's already predefined environment. This console link up with the cloud environment. This console link up with the cloud environment. If you launch, just it will automatically comes the service. So right here we need a EC2 instance. Here we need a virtual machine. So here we need to do everything, right? But here we provide as a service. Just a single click, it automatically launch the a virtual machine. But here, first we need to buy the physical server. Then we need to get the code from the data centers. then we need to keep it in the data center, then we need to install the OS, then we need to install the hypervisor, then we need to install the OS. These many things, these many things we need to done it in the data center. But in the AWS, it's already defined. So every cloud provider having their own data centers, and they are already built up with the virtualization, physical virtualization, and VMs also. Just it's a template. You can just click it. It will launch the instance. So within 5 seconds, within 1 minute, within 1 minute, so we can launch the instance here. So it will take 10 to 15 days. First, we need to buy it and get the code from the data center, keep it the data center, then install the OS, right? So these many actions we need to perform here, but here just one click, it will be creating automatically because of it's a predefined. It's a predefined. So that's the reason. So every service they provided as a service, something like a storage. We need a storage, right? Again, we need to buy the server and install the NFS, Sambar, whatever it may be, and we can get the storage. Here they already predefined. You can take as a service, storage service, network. We need to provide the network here. We are providing a VPC service. So they are providing a service and RDS. So for example, database, if you want to install the database on any physical server or a virtual machine, so first we need to install the OS, or then we need to install the Oracle software, right? But here they are providing everything as a service because of they already created it. And if you want, you can use it, right? So everything will be they created as a service. So what is a cloud service? Services and solutions that are delivered and consumed in real time over the internet or cloud are cloud services. So when you store your photos online, web mail or social networking sites, you will use cloud computing services. For example, your Gmail, your Google Drive, or OneDrive. So that OneDrive and Google Drive is used for the storage solutions. What they are provided, they already internally they created the storage and give it as a service. Give it as a service. Now you understood? Yeah. What is cloud computing? So what are the cloud services? I will tell you here. Yeah. So these all are the cloud service. For example, Amazon EC2, ECR, ECS. So Elastic Container Service, Beanstalk, Lambda, Auto Scaling, IAM Service, S3 Service, RDS Service, for example, EKA Service, Route 53 Service. These all are the services they created and they give it as a service. They created and they give it as a service. Okay. Cloud computing is a delivery model of computing services over the internet. Cloud computing is a delivery model of computing services over the internet. It enables a real-time development, deployment, and the delivery of a broad range of products, services, and solutions. So, cloud computing is a style of computing where massively scalable IT-related capabilities are provided as a service across the internet to multiple customers. Cloud computing is a style of computing where massively scalable IT-related capabilities. What is that? IT-related capabilities are provided as a service across the internet to a multiple external customers. So cloud computing. So cloud computing and software resources that are delivered on demand as a service is called as a cloud computing. What is that? Computing and software resources that are delivered on demand as a service is nothing but a cloud computing. What they are providing? They are providing the storages, and they are providing the application, they are providing the database as a services. So why we go for cloud computing? So why we go for cloud computing is what are the advantages of a cloud computing? So why we go for cloud computing? So one is lower cost and improved performance, reduced the software cost. So if you took as a RDS, so we need a Oracle, right? So it's automatically came from the RDS software, instant software updates, unlimited storage capacity, increased data reliability, device independence, and always on anywhere and any place, free from the maintenance and no need to know about it. Okay. So what is the history and origins of a cloud computing? In 1996, supercomputers or a mainframes comes into the picture. In 1999, the first milestone of the cloud, the arrival of the first milestone of the cloud. Okay, Amazon Web Services. In 2000, launch Amazon Web Services, but not popular. In 2006, they launched the EC2 services, SNS service, SQS services, and S3 services. In 2007, they launched in the Europe. First, they launched it in the US, North Virginia. Okay. In 2008, they Google Azure, they launches the services. Categories of the cloud computing, on-demand self-services, so flexible pricing pay-per-use, rapid elasticity, so resource pooling, ubiquitous network access. They are providing the all these services. Yeah. So cloud service layers. So the cloud service layers are infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, application as a service, right? So what are the cloud service layers? Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. So infrastructure as a service is delivery of a technology infrastructure on a on-demand scalable service. Platform as a service provides all the facilities required to support the complete life cycle of the building and delivering a web application and services entirely from the internet. Software as a service where delivery the methodology that provides a licensed multi-tenant access to the software and its functions remotely as the web-based services. Here you understand the what is IaaS, what is PaaS, and what is SaaS. So IaaS is nothing but they are providing the servers, networking, storage, data center fabric, and firewalls, load balancer. So this is nothing but a infrastructure. So what is a platform? Platform is nothing but I already told you, right? Softwares. They are providing the Java runtime, Java software, something like Tomcat database development middleware. This is nothing but a platform as a service. So software as a service, email service, industry applications, business process applications, CRM, ERP, HR. They created the infra, they provided the platform, and they provided as a application also. Application also if you took as a software as a service. You see the comparison. So traditional IT is nothing but in the data center, everything will be taken care by our own. But if you took as a IaaS up to networking, storage, servers, virtualization, OS, up to OS, so they will take care of it. Okay, if you took as a PaaS, so they will take care of networking, storage, servers, virtualization, OS, middleware, and runtime. Up to PaaS, so up to runtime means up to installation of a Java Tomcat. They will take care of it. So you will take care of it, a deployment. If you took as a service, everything will be taken care by their own. Networking, storage, servers, virtualization, OS, middleware, runtime, data, and applications. Okay, understood, guys? The comparison model. Okay, cloud implementation types. So what are the cloud implementation types? The cloud implementation types are private cloud, public cloud, and hybrid cloud. So hybrid cloud is nothing but a both the private and public is nothing but a hybrid cloud. So what is public cloud and what is private cloud? So public cloud is we can use the external cloud. Private cloud is nothing but a internal cloud or a data center agility. So what is so something like so they privately, something like some companies wants a private data centers. They will provide the private data center. This will not access anywhere. But if you public cloud, so pay per use, right? So whenever you stop the server, the resources will allocate to the other people and the cost will start from their end. So that is the reason. So pay per use model. What is public cloud? Owned and managed by the service provider. So and made available to the general public or a large industry group. So what is private cloud? Operated slowly if an organization may be managed by the organization or a third party. Limited access to the enterprise and the partner. Hybrid. The composition of a two or more clouds, private public cloud bounded together by a standardized or a proprietary technology that enables data and application property, portability. Understood? So what is the conclusion? So the cloud conclusion of the cloud computing is the fastest growing of network based computing. It provides a tremendous benefits to your customers for all sizes, simple users, developers, enterprises, and all types of organizations. Guys understood? So what is cloud computing? What are the cloud services? These are the core features, guys. If you know any one of the cloud, if you know the core cloud features, it will be easy to, if you know any one of the cloud, it will be easy to understand the other clouds also. The core feature should be same, but the difference is the difference should be a naming convention. Yeah, guys. Now we understood the so cloud computing, core cloud computing, right, guys?
Yes.
Yes, right? Yeah. So now, so in this class, what we are discussing? So we are discussing about the which cloud, guys? AWS
AWS.
cloud. Very good. So what we are discussing? So we are discussing here AWS cloud. So we are discussing about the AWS cloud. So what is AWS? So why AWS? So we'll tell you guys. Yeah. What is AWS? What is AWS? AWS is nothing but a Amazon. What is a Amazon Web Services? They are providing the services over the internet. That is called as a Amazon Web Services. Understood? So AWS Amazon Web Services is a cloud provider. They provide you with servers and services that you can use on demand and scale easily. They provide you with the servers and services that you can use on demand and scale easily. So AWS has revolutionized IT over the time. AWS powers some of the biggest websites in the world. So Amazon.com and Netflix. So our e-commerce website Amazon.com and the Netflix, the both are deployed in the AWS only. Is understood? What is AWS? Guys, speak out, guys. So
Amazon Web
what is AWS?
Services.
Amazon Web Services, they are providing the services over the services and solutions over the internet. So Amazon Web Services is a cloud provider. They provide you with the servers and services that you can use on demand and scale easily. AWS has revolutionized IT over the time. AWS powers some of the biggest websites in the world. So Amazon.com and Netflix. So right, so what we will learn in this course, something like what are the services. So right, so Amazon console. 1 second, guys. Yeah, I will tell you. So right, so what we will learn, something like we will learn about the EC2, ECR, so auto scaling, IAM, S3, RDS, and VPCs, S3. So everything will be so learning in this course, guys. Okay. So what are the AWS cloud history? So AWS cloud history, 2002 internally launched the AWS, but in 2003, Amazon infrastructure is one of their core strength idea to market. What is that? Amazon infrastructure. They started same like as a data center infrastructure. Right. In 2004, launched publicly with SQS. In 2006, relaunched the publicly with SQS, S3 and EC2 services. Okay. In 2007, launched in Europe. So what are the companies they are using the AWS? Dropbox also using Airbnb, NASA, Netflix are using the AWS. Okay, AWS cloud number fact in 2019, AWS had 3.35.02 billion in annual revenue. AWS accounts for 47 of the market in 2019. Microsoft is second with 22% and pioneer and leader of the AWS cloud market for the ninth consecutive year, over 10 lakhs active users. Here you see the graph. So who are the leaders, who are the challengers, and who are the nice players, who are the versionaries. So who are the leaders? Amazon Web Services is the leader. The second leader, Microsoft. Then third one is, so these are three are the leaders. And Alibaba Cloud, Oracle Cloud, IBM Cloud, these are the nice players. Okay. AWS cloud use cases. So what are the AWS cloud use cases? AWS enables you to build sophisticated scalable applications applicable to a diverse set of industries. Use cases include enterprise IT for the enterprise IT purpose, and the backup and storage purpose, big data analytics purpose, website hosting purpose, mobile and social apps purpose, and gaming purpose. They are using the AWS cloud. So McDonald's, 21st Century, Fox, and Activision, Netflix, these all are the companies they're using the AWS cloud. Okay, so AWS cloud, AWS has a global infrastructure. AWS has a global infrastructure. Yeah, here you see, guys. So for example, data center. So what the data center? The data centers are available from the Hyderabad, Mumbai, Kolkata, something like Chennai, uh, something like Cochin, or something like Bangalore. So the data center, these are the data centers, right? So these data centers are the linked to each other. If you want to deploy your application in the data center, you can check it to the nearest data center and you can deploy the application, right? This is nothing but a data center model. So AWS thinks something like AWS not thinking we want a application for the US region. They think for the globally. AWS is a global infrastructure. They want to provide a global infrastructure. AWS global. They're providing a global infrastructure. So in the global infrastructure, so what they did, so they created the regions. What is that? Global means they created the regions. So regions and agent availability zones. So and the data centers. What is that? So every cloud provider having their own data centers, their own data centers. So region. So what is a region? Yeah, AWS has a global infrastructure, the strength, the core market. AWS has a regions, availability zones, data centers, and edge locations. So, what are the regions? The regions are something like a North California, Ohio, North Virginia, Gulf Cloud, Canada, Oregon, and Ireland, London, Spain, Milan, Paris, Frankfurt, Scotland. So they created the infrastructure for a global something like so in the Canada, they created their own data centers, and North Virginia their own data centers. London, sorry. So if you want to deploy application in India data center, something like what is that? So AP Southeast Mumbai, there is a region. India region is Mumbai. So AP Southeast. So in the AP Southeast, you can take that region. In the take region, there is a availability zone. In the availability zone, there is a discrete data centers. I will show you guys. No worries. So AWS regions. What are the AWS regions? AWS has regions all around the world. Names can be US East 1, EU West 3 here. What is that, guys? The regions are US East 1, US East 2, US West 1, US West 2. Based on the regions, they created the names looks like. So Africa, AP Southeast 1, Asia Pacific, Hong Kong, Mumbai, Seoul, Singapore, Sydney, Tokyo, Canada, Central, Frankfurt, Ireland, London, Paris, Scotland. So Middle East. So they created a US East 1, something like every region having their own names. The names. Okay. So a region is a cluster of data centers. A region is nothing but a cluster of data centers. What this is? This is the cluster of data centers. So cluster of data centers is nothing but a group of data centers. A group of data centers are a cluster of data centers. Okay. So most AWS services are region scoped. Most AWS services are region scoped. How to choose an AWS region? How to choose the region? So if you need to launch a new application, where should you to do it? So something like compliance with the governance and legal requirements. Data never leaves a region without your explicit permissions. Proximity to customers reduces the latency. Available services within a region. New services and new features are not available in every region. Pricing model. Pricing varies to region and it's a transfer in the service pricing page. Okay. So based on these circumstances, so we will take the decision to where we can, in which region we need to deploy our application. Okay, so what are the availability zones? AWS availability zone. Each region has many availability zones. So here you see AWS region Sydney. So what is the Sydney region? AP Southeast 2 is the Sydney region. What is that? Sydney region, AP Southeast 2. So here you see AP Southeast 2 is the region. Each region has many availability zones. Many availability zones, usually 3, min 2, max 6. Here, usually 3 availability zones. So one is AP Southeast to 2A, AP Southeast to 2B, AP Southeast to 2C. A, B, C are the availability zones. AP Southeast to 2 is the region. 2A, 2B, 2C, A, B, C are the availability zones. Each availability zone is one or more discrete data centers with redundant power networking and connectivity. So what these are? These are the data centers. Each availability zone is one or more discrete data centers with redundant power and networking and connectivity. So finally, regions availability zones will connect to the data centers only. Okay, they are separated from each other so that they are isolated from disaster. They are connected with the high bandwidth, ultra low latency networking. What is that? So ultra low latency networking. Yeah. AWS points of presence are edge locations. Amazon has 216 points of presence, 205 edge locations, level regional caches in 84 cities across the 42 contents. Content is delivered to end user with the lower latency. So, for example, our application uses in India. We are trying to deploy our application in India region, but the pricing wise, US region, North Virginia is cheaper than the India. So I want to deploy my application in the AWS region. But who are using our application? Our application is using in the India region, but we deployed it in the US region, right? If you connect to the application, definitely there might be a lag or 2, 3 seconds or 5 seconds because of you are connecting from India to Hyderabad. India traffic to Hyderabad traffic, right? So definitely there will be a latency. I don't want that latency. I want to connect immediately. So for that purpose, we use the edge locations or points of presence. So edge locations is nothing but in India. So nearest data center, we took that so the same application deployed in the edge location or points of presence. So first it will hit to the US region, then it will come to the India edge location. So then in the from second time onwards, we will get the response from the India only. We will get the response from the India only. Guys, understood?
So in this, if we select US,
Yeah.
it will come to that edge and again it will come back to the India location and it will give the response fast, right?
First time it will go to the US region only. Okay.
Okay,
So
for
first
cost wise, you told if US is cheaper than India, for suppose if we select US, then also it will again come to India.
no, US is cheaper than India. So again, yeah, yeah. So the servers you deployed the application in the US region only. Just catchy for the catching purpose, we are taking the one server in the India. So the first time, okay. So whenever the end user searches the website in the URL, so the first time it will connect to the US region. So then whatever that right that will be catch it to the edge location. So the next time onwards, he will get the response from the India only.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is AWS, benefits of AWS? So we'll continue tomorrow, guys. Okay. And we will launch the EC2 instance tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow we'll discuss about the so what is AWS? A module 2, introduction to AWS, and so module 3, Elastic Cloud Computing EC2, how you can launch the EC2 service. So tomorrow we'll discuss these two modules, and so and I will guide you how to create the AWS account also, guys. So we need to sign up the AWS console. So I will show you how to sign up the AWS console. Okay. So Sirisha, Satish, Meghna, Ashita, Pradeep, any doubts?
Nothing from my side.
Okay. Meghna understood, right?
No doubt.
Satish, Meghna. Satish.
I'm good, bro.
Okay. What about Meghna?
I understood it.
Okay. So you are using Azure, Meghna.
Azure.
Okay. Satish, what about you? So Satish, are you using which cloud?
AWS, bro.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, guys. So we'll continue from tomorrow.
Thank you.
So Sarisha, you understood, right? Laptop. Okay, guys. We'll continue from tomorrow.